Welcome home, all. It is Friday night. You know what that means. It is a cheap date night. And it is an exceptionally cheap date night because you're only getting me tonight. So I've been wanting to do a few things kind of to catch up, to be honest with you. We're looking back now. We're into March, beginning of March. And I've not done a traditional what was cheap date night right on the Fridays. And I've been having all these others and specials and, nothing bad entirely. But for those of you guys that have been with me a while, you know what cheap date night was. I'd get on, we'd talk a little bit about some movies, music, pop culture, television shows, etc. What am I watching, what am I doing, and what's out there right now that you need to take a look at, because I vet out all the excess and the extraneous not good, and I kind of give you just the good things, right? So we haven't done that in a bit, but that is what tonight is. So I'm trying to catch up because I got to tell you, I've done a lot in music, a lot, hours upon hours, hundreds of hours, maybe more, of just listening to music from 2019, and then for the entirety of the decade of the 2010s, because I was creating and crafting these playlists that you can now find on YouTube, and I'm down to one playlist left, one show that we're going to do about music in the 2010s, and that's the monster, that's the big one. So I know I've been kind of hinting at this, but I'm down to 120 songs. I'm trying to get down to 100, but damn, it's hard. It is hard. I listen to a lot of music in a lot of different genres all through the 2010s. So I'm almost done with that. That will be the last one, but it's going to be a hell of a playlist. If you can't find something in that playlist that you can like, well, quite literally, there's something wrong with you. You're living under a rock, and you will continue to do so. But I'm being facetious. But the point is that it's a lot of good music because you're taking a large period of time, and you're trying to condense that down into some exemplars of genre and time. And that's not easy. That's hard. And it is especially hard for me because I like a lot of music. And it's hard to turn one away or pull one out. Really difficult. I found the other day took one song out, and then I don't know what I was doing, fiddling around in the shower, and then I added 4 more. And I'm like, I can't get down by addition. I'm not going to get there by addition. So tonight's cheap date night is we're kind of catching up on the beginning of this new year. And for those of you that are understanding of the calendar, real simple, it's a new decade too. It's a new decade. So the 2020s have begun, and 2020, the year, has also begun. So I've gotten some recommendations and some suggestions from some people. So I'm kind of out of the loop with some of the newer music, even though I have been listening. There's new stuff. There always will be. And so I've been kind of out of that general popular music vein because I've been immersed almost entirely in building the list for the last year and the last decade. But I'm back, and that's where we are now. So I've got 5 songs that I'm taking a poke at, some that I've been listening to for the last few months, and then some others that are coming current. And so I've also got a handful of TV shows and movies for you guys to take a poke at. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started on what Supermex is up to now that we've begun a new year and a new decade when it comes to cheap date night. So this is what I've got for you. So I've just finished watching, and twice, by the way, had to go through it twice. And I've been watching this for a while because it's a series. The series is called Narcos. I know some of you guys have heard me say something about it. There were 3 original seasons for Narcos, drug dealers, etc. And it was about Pablo Escobar, the Cali cartel, the Medellin cartel, and that ended up being, I think, 3 seasons total. And then they added, because we're looking at a time period here, all right, this is in the past, it's history, it's historical. So they also did, and they came out with Narcos Mexico. So that is a season. And then they just released Narcos season 2. And as far as I know, they're greenlighting a 3rd season, and I understand why. So we're talking about past, going back now a good 10, 15 years and longer, the further you go back into the series Narcos. So that's 5 seasons. 3 with the Colombian cartels, and then 2 with the Mexican cartels, right up until and I'll give you a little bit here, but right up until the capture and imprisonment of El Padrino, Miguel Angel Felix Gallardo. He was the guy who put the Mexican cartels all together and created one federation, un federación. So that just finished, and man, I could watch that stuff all day. It's history, by the way. I mean, and you get to see some ugly sides, the seedy underbelly of how the United States is involved or was involved in a lot of different ways even as we were supposedly conducting a war on drugs. We were knee deep in a lot of different ways with some of these things that were going on at the time, and how these drug cartels in Mexico were crafting and building their little empires. We were involved in some of it in different ways. So either way, I just finished that one, watched it twice. I highly recommend it. You can watch Narcos Mexico 1 and 2 separate and distinct, or you can go and watch, and I highly recommend that, because the guy who plays Pablo Escobar, that dude's badass. I mean, he's a great actor. I never really knew who he was. And largely, here's what, watch this. They're mostly and largely South American, Latin American, Mexican actors. Dig on that. I dig on that. Give these people their props, because there's a lot of Mexicans in the United States and a lot of Mexicans all over the northern hemisphere, Western hemisphere, North America. So highly recommend it. It is a little bit of history. It is a little bit of history. You get a little bit of subtitle, and I like to say this, even though I'm not an expert and fluent in Spanish, I do know the difference in the subtitles and what they're actually saying. It doesn't come out the same. The cussing and the cursing isn't the same. Trust me. That kind of Spanish, I do know. That I do know really well. So highly recommend Narcos Mexico Season 1 and Season 2. Just finished up. It's on Netflix. Netflix, I've got to tell you, I mean, they're hitting it hard. They're providing great content, and their content is as good as anything on TV at this point now. It used to be HBO, kind of the gold standard, right? Because they had the ability to do things that the network channels couldn't do. But Netflix is absolutely right there with them now. And Narcos Season 1, Season 2 of Mexico is excellent. Excellent all the way around. So just finished that. I'm also like kind of going back here because I did start this one. This one's on Showtime, Ray Donovan. I began this a while ago, and I did not know that they were completing after this last season. I did not know that, and I kind of got behind. Nobody watches like on the one day and then you wait till the next week to watch another, right? Nobody does that anymore. You wait for the season to come out, and then you just binge the whole thing. I got to do that too. I mean, it makes more sense. It's far easier to do that. It's an easy facilitation the way they structure it. So I've been watching Ray Donovan since the beginning. Love the show. Liv Shrivers is just a badass. This guy's a great actor. I mean, he's done a lot of movies too, by the way, you may not be aware of until you go watch. Like, hey, wait a minute, that's the guy from Ray Donovan. He's a hell of an actor, great dude, and really like the premise of the show. Won't go too far into it, but Ray Donovan, it just completed its, I think, 7th season. I'm finishing up season 6. We'll get into season 7, and that'll be a wrap because the season is concluded. But it was, I would say it was productive for Liv Shriver and some of the others. It also has John Voight, old school actor, been around a long, long time. It had Paula Malcolmson, who I really like as an actress. She's badass. She died a season ago. But she's a great actress, and she's in so many things. She's all over the place. Irish gal. Paula Malcolmson, and then some others that you'll recognize. They're not A-list, but they're quality, good character method actors, and they're on the show. It's been a good season and good run in general for Ray Donovan. Love the show. So I'm finishing that up. That's on Showtime. Okay, so Ray Donovan on Showtime, Narcos on Netflix, and then of course, the two shows that I watch on network stuff. I've been watching The Voice I've watched every season of The Voice. It's been on for a while now. I think they're going on 10 years. But I've watched every single season of The Voice. I liked it when I first saw it. I liked the premise of it. And I think what made it unique was the judges, who are all A-list musicians and celebrities in their own right. That really took things to a different level. The format of listening to someone audio, not watching them visually, totally changed things. So you're getting someone who's literally good at a voice, and it isn't about what they look like. It's about the quality of their voice, their vocal instrument, and how good they can sing. That was a different idea, and it definitely worked because they're almost 10 years now. And so this season it's been kind of fun, a little different. Blake's still there. He's been there since day one, season 1. It has John Legend. Now Kelly Clarkson, who seems like she's going to be a regular now, and for good reason. She's lively, entertaining, she's funny as hell, and a hell of a singer, by the way. And Nick Jonas has just entered as this season. Young guy, good-looking dude, he's current. So it's a good list of judges, And I think all they have to do is keep rotating, newer, fresh-faced judges, A-list musicians, and they're going to be fresh for a long time. The show's funny. I mean, some of the stuff they do. I guess it's about, the content of the quality of a voice and a vocal instrument by an aspiring artist. But I will say it, and let's be blunt about it, no question that the format for the show and the interaction and the liveliness and the funny and the whatever of the judges is clearly what separated them from all the other singing competitions. Hence the reason why they've been around for nearly 10 years. So still watching that. I think they're past the blind rounds, they're into the knockout rounds. There's still, I would say about a month left before it's all over and done. But love The Voice forever. Still watch it until it sucks. I'll keep watching it. If it doesn't, if it does suck, I'll move on. Right? That's the way things work. Sorry, but it's about ratings and the way things go. So I'll watch until it gets bad. If it doesn't get bad, I'll keep watching. And the other one that I'm watching that seemed kind of goony at the time, and I remember the first season. It's on its third season now. But The Masked Singer. It looked stupid, and you're just like, what the hell is this mess? It just looked like a goony opportunity to give some celebrities to try to catch up to The Voice and do things like them. But the premise of it, celebrities and well-known people, or, people in pop culture and other things, put them in a mask and let them sing. It worked. It worked. It's funny. You don't know who's behind the mask. You're guessing. There's the intrigue, right? The intellectual intrigue. You're trying to figure out who it is off of their voice. And some of them are, quality musicians. Some of them are not. You have actors, actresses, musicians, comedians. You have just people. I mean, this week was a politician, kind of. And you have others from all walks of life, but all manner. But I think there was the guy who's a gaming freak. I mean, you've got some people from all over, and they're well known in different areas and different avenues of our society. But it works. It's funny, and some of them are funny the way they sing because they can't sing, but they're just having a good time. So The Masked Singer, that's got about another 3 or 4 weeks. So I'm watching that right now. So there you go. Those are really the only ones I watch on network, other than my usual staples of news and other things that are not pleasant to watch, but they're almost obligatory at this point because I like being informed and I like vetting out information. You guys know that's more the political stuff that I do, but I like to be informed. I have a golden rule in-house. I would rather know than not know. Don't keep information from me, bad or good, and definitely with bad or good information, I always want to know the bad information first. There's no way to correct something if you don't know what the hell's going on or what it is. So I'd rather know than not know. That is a great one-liner. Maybe I'll make a shirt for it when we get to that point. So lastly, those are the TV shows on the small screen that I've been watching. And I haven't watched a lot of movies after we did the Oscar rush to make sure we saw everything. There's only one movie. There was one movie that I really, really needed to see. There's one more. Take that back. But the one that I needed to see, that I wanted to see, was Knives Out. Got to take a chance to take a poke at that last week. Great flick. It was a great flick. By the way, so I'm a big fan of, James Bond. Okay, not just the character, but Daniel Craig, the actor. Daniel Craig's a badass actor. The guy is legit. If you go take a look and listen or watch some of the stuff that he did before he was James Bond, the guy's a great actor. He's put in time. He's put in work. He's earned his spot. And if you really want, check out SNL, Saturday Night Live from this last weekend. He was the host. He's funny as hell. It was one of the better Saturday Night Lives I've seen all season. Daniel Craig's a legit actor. He's not just James Bond. So Daniel Craig's one of the main characters in Knives Out. As far as I know, they have greenlit another Knives Out 2. Again, same premise. It's a whodunit. Somebody got killed. You've got all these people. You got to figure out who it was. Daniel Craig plays the sleuth, old school sleuth detective, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I really liked it. It was different, more than what you get normally now, and it's kind of a throwback to an older time of sleuthing and private eye slash detective. What am I looking for? Detective and whodunit type mysteries. Really cool, really cool. So I liked it. Knives Out, they have greenlit a Knives Out 2. I highly recommend taking a look at Knives Out 1. And so when the other comes out with an entirely new cast, as far as I know, they're going to have an entirely new cast. I like that concept. So they can do one, they can do two, they can do three, they can do four. And every time they bring in an A-list group of celebrities. And by the way, so the actors in Knives Out, a bunch of A-list celebrities all in one location, all doing one movie. So really good. So I got a chance to watch that. And that's kind of it for movies. I've not spent a lot of time watching movies. Been trying to catch up. I've been traveling, doing other things, building Supermax Nation and Supermax International, the network. And so I've not spent a lot of time doing that, but this is where I'm at. So those are the shows that I've been watching and the last movie that I've seen. So all of that current, all that now. What I'm going to do is we're going to take a break before I give you some music. We're still good on time here. And then we're going to have a show following. The Glam Show is going to be right after us. But let's take a break here. You're going to get a quick video of the young people that I want to make sure they get plenty of attention and love. And then we're going to come back and I'm going to give you 5 songs that I'm listening to current, because I haven't done anything current in about 4 months. Okay, let's go ahead and take a break. KP, can we cut to that video?
I saw you sitting there across the room, your black leather jacket and your cowboy boots, a shot of whiskey and a cigarette, the kind of night you know you wake up and regret. Eyes meet and you make your way over, one kiss closer to another hangover, another shot of you and suddenly the room spins. Do you wanna come over? We can finish what we started, we're running in the morning. You can be my Johnny Walker, feeling kinda heavy, a little unsteady, cause I'm one kiss closer to another hangover. It was here we go again, soon as you walked in the damn girl jeans and hey boy grin. You were working hard, working it to work on me. I threw some cash down and bought a few drinks. Eyes locked in and you make your way over, one kiss closer to another hangover, another shot of you and suddenly the room spins. Do you wanna come over? We can finish what we started, we're running in the morning. You can be my Johnny Walker, feeling kinda heavy, a little unsteady, cause I'm one kiss closer to another hangover. To another hangover, another shot of you and suddenly the room spins. Do you wanna come over? We can finish what we started, running in the morning. Feeling Johnny Walker, feeling kinda heavy, a little unsteady, cause I'm one kiss closer to another hangover, another shot of you and suddenly the room spins. Do you wanna come over? We can finish what we started, we're running in the morning. You can be my Johnny Walker, feeling kinda heavy, a little unsteady, cause I'm one kiss closer to another hangover.
Hey y'all, there you go. Quick break. Like that little video, right? Okay, so that's Austin Reed. The band is Aubrey Road. A couple young folk from our neck of the woods in West Fresno, Central California. Austin and Brianna are currently in Nashville doing their thing, working their way up, putting in the work. That's how you should do it, right? You don't want anything handed to you. You want to put in the work and you want to perfect your craft. You perfect your craft by performing, playing, practicing, learning, getting into a studio, getting into a garage, and then laying it down, right? That's what you do. got to live, got to experience, got to do. That's what makes you something more in your chosen field. In this case, music, the music industry. So number love for him, and Austin knows I got a big crush on his family. They're a great Central family, Central Unified, our neck of the woods, our neighbor. They've been family friends for a long time, a lot of mutual acquaintances and friends. But number love for them. Love the way they raised you, kid. You're a good boy because you were raised by good people. So anyway, that is Aubrey Road. You know the video. I always play them. I'm going to keep plugging them as long as I can because I want them to succeed. I want them to do well. So let's get down to real quick, and we'll wrap up here. In a little bit of a hurry. A little bit. But I've got 5 songs, and some recommended recently by some of you guys, some viewers and listeners, newer music, right? And then some that I've kind of been listening to anyway, But these are like right now, they're current, either streaming or charting, etc. So they're out there, and so this is for those of you guys, I won't say my older audience, my much more experienced audience. You guys know who you are. Like me. If you're my age or older, you're experienced. If you're my age or younger, well, you're still experienced, just not as much. I don't want to say inexperienced. That gets all offensive real quick. So I've got five quick ones for you. This first one is, and all things considered, I have to say that it was really unclear, how he would do, because you never really know. Once you leave a group, and you go solo, what will you do? Not all of them make it. Not all of them do well. Some of them are caught within the confines, in the context of that group, and that can label them or pigeonhole them into a specific type of music or specific listenership, viewership, etc. But this guy's a good musician, and he's a damn good vocalist, and he's getting better, and I'm really looking forward to him putting down music for a long, long time. So the song is Adore You. The artist is Harry Styles.
Walk in your rainbow paradise. Strawberry lipstick state of mind.
All right, cut there. So Harry Styles, song is "Adore You," and I'm listening to more of his current stuff right now. He's got more off that album, but I'm going to be listening to a little bit more of him. I like his voice. I mean, there's something about his voice. It isn't the cutesy thing, and he's popular and he gets girls right, and he's out there doing the celebrity thing. It isn't that for me. You got to be good. You got to know your business. And the truth is, I mean, those guys in One Direction, they have been in music literally their entire lives. So it's not like they don't have opportunity to be good. They do. And then it's like what they do with it, right? What they do with what they've been given. Anyway, so Adore You by Harry Styles. That's my first one. Let me back up here. I didn't put this into a playlist, but I didn't want to do a playlist of just 5. So this song is currently number 1, and I had not really heard it because I've been out of the loop, like I said. But so we're clear. I'm creeping on a half century, and I'm entirely comfortable in my massive ego with listening to other or new things. Is everybody clear? You like that, right? Absolutely. So the song is The Box by Roddy Ricch.
Pulling out the coupe at the lot, told her for a 12 fuck swat, busting all the bells out the box. I just hit a lick with the box, had to put the stick in the box. Pour up the whole damn seal, I'ma get lazy. I got the mojo deals, we been trapping like the 80s. She's
Okay, that one's currently number 1 on the charts, and just about everywhere. I mean, I think it's number 1 in streams too. So remember, I don't just check some things. I like getting massive amounts of information. I check charting, I check streaming, I check YouTube, I check as many formats as I can to get a rough idea, or not rough, but a more exact idea of putting all those numbers together and how they're doing. and then I, give it a listen. Oh yeah, what's that? Because I don't care if a damn song's number one. If I don't like it, I won't listen to it. It's that simple, all right? It's called choice, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to listen to it because it's number one, or you could because it's number one, but it's choice. It's an American thing. Go check. 243 years ago, we kind of fought and died for that. So this one is by my current favorite female and my current favorite rapper. See how that worked? I didn't plan it. They just made it work. But this is my favorite female of this year, going into this year, and my favorite rapper going into this year. They collaborated, put a song together. I've not heard it. Check that out. I've not heard it. This is the first time I'm hearing it, and I'll listen to it a little more later. But this is the first time I've heard it. All right, let me pull that up. It's like don't listen to the lyric. Don't listen to the lyric. All right, so that's Camila Cabello, and the rapper that'll come in a bit is DaBaby. That's my favorite rapper going into this year, and that's my favorite female going into this year. So listen to it because I asked you to, but don't because that's choice. If you choose not to, if you're so inclined. Okay, there's three. I'm gonna give you two easy ones to round out my five for the night for you guys to listen to. It's new music, it's current. Those of you guys that don't listen to music or current, I'm not expecting you to love all five. I'm expecting you to give them a try. And then you make your decisions what you think might be good for you. Choice. See how that works? Gotta love that choice thing. All right, here you go. Easy song. Okay, so I'm probably going to cut. I went too far on that one. Anyway, Circles, Post Malone. That's current. It's been around for a bit. It's still on the charts. It's still high up there. And I will say that dude is really hitting on all cylinders right now. He's owning charts. Everybody wants to collaborate with him. Everybody wants to do something with him. He's in a zone. If you're in sports, right? You're in the zone. Everything, fastball coming down the plate. Everything looks big and fat. Everything can be hit. You're just hitting on all cylinders. Everything is right. Whatever comes out is good. That's when you're in the zone, when everything you do just works out perfectly. I'm kind of in a zone myself right now for a lot of things. So I'm entirely with this young blood and what he's doing because I can almost do no wrong right now. And don't take that for arrogance. It's just factual statement. I've lived almost 50 years to get to this point, so I should deserve a little bit, right? But it isn't that. It's not about arrogance or cockiness. It's about feeling good and knowing that what you are doing is good. That's when you're in a zone, okay? Post Malone is in a damn zone right now musically. And I, artistically in my own way, am definitely in a zone with what I'm doing with you. So I'm going to give you one more, and I'm going to head out for the night because it is cheap date night, and you guys are going to do your weekend after you listen to the Glam Show. So here is my last song of the evening. It'll wake you up a little bit, make you feel a little good. And it is entirely me right now. This is so I've got a thing for this little chick. She's doing it big and good, and I like the direction she's taking. She's going to be global for a long time. So my fifth song is by Dua Lipa. I've been listening to it for a while when it first came out a few months ago, 3 months ago, 4 months ago, and it is like let's put it this way. If this were 30 years ago and I was in a club in Germany when I was a young buck in the Army, this song could be that good back then, played, because I'd want to dance to it. And you know the rule in my house, and you know the rule in Supermex Nation. I like to dance, and I like music you can dance to. So this is a great tune. This is a great club song. It's a great dance tune. It's a lot of different things, but all kinds of good at the core. Okay, that's entirely too long, but I don't care. So I dig on that bass, and there's a lot to that rhythm, right, that you can do so much with. It is great dance music. That's probably my favorite song right now, and it's a few months old, but number month, 3-4 months. But I don't give a damn. It's damn good. It's just damn good. This is the kind of song you can go all over the world, and if you heard it playing, it's like, oh, that's good. You want to dance, because fundamentally, the whole point to music is it makes you feel something or know something through a message communicated, if not the audio sound making you feel something, right? It's the lyric and it's the music. You combine those two things and they move you. And if it's moving you, it's good. This, if you couldn't tell, I was moving a little bit. And I'd like to move a little bit more. That song does it for me. All right? Don't Start Now by Dua Lipa. Barbara, that one's for you. I want you to dance to Don't Start Now by Dua Lipa. Barbara, that's for you, lady. I know you're still watching me. You better get this. I want you dancing to that song, Don't Start Now by Dua Lipa. Okay, I'm being facetious, having a good time at the end of my night. We are wrapping up now, so that is Cheap Date Night, and we get back to some old school stuff. In thought, it is Friday. I'm not going to say too much about it because we will do something. I will have a message this coming week, probably on the Monday, Tuesday to start the week. I'm not going to talk too much about the coronavirus. I'm here. I'm still doing my thing. I'm not the guy to listen to on that because I'll just do whatever the hell. I don't halt or stop things because of something. Good hygiene and good immune system. And you have nothing to worry about, okay? But that doesn't excuse or exclude our government and the people that are getting paid or given leadership positions to take care of all Americans. That does not give them the excuse or the out to not get their damn job done. Is everybody clear? Okay. I'm still out. I'm doing things. I'm on air. I'm hanging out with KP, my daughter, her friend, and other people. I'm still doing things. Okay. And in America, you should. However, be smart about it. Don't be dumb. Don't go jump into a vat of chemicals or a vat of bacteria, right? Come on, seriously. So on your weekend, I would highly advise you still conduct yourself. Don't go hole up in a corner and cease to exist as a human being, as an American. Go about your business. Do your thing. Don't let panic and stress freak you out a little bit because we still got to live. Still got to do things, right? There's your message for the night. So go off into your weekend, do your thing, enjoy, live. Be careful of other people, not just because of viruses, but because of accidents. Matter of fact, on the way in, we just saw an accident. Nothing bad, no fatalities, no major issues, but an accident. Things happen, ladies and gentlemen. Just be mindful, be aware, not just of yourself, but of your surroundings, because you never know who it's going to be. It may not be you, might be the person next to you that you don't see coming. Okay? Had fun with you tonight. I'll be back up early next week. I will put out a schedule for the entirety of Supermex Nation and Supermex International, the network, for all the programming we have for you. There's more coming. I'm working my ass off to give you more, and I will not stop until you get more. Gotta love that, right? That's the way old soldiers do. We don't just stop. We keep moving, and we plow forward until we get the mission done. That is who I am. Okay, nothing but love for you. Thank you for being here. Stay tuned. Give me about 5 minutes here before we transition out. The Glam Show's up next. My daughter and a good crime partner of hers. They're going to give you some good stuff from some younger folk, a younger perspective than my own. All right, so stay tuned. Be here in a little bit. I will see you next week. Nothing but love for you. Supermex Nation, we're out.